All right, welcome back to the Content TV. And today I really want to give a simple show to you guys, those who follow the Content TV. And what I'm going to talk about is about cryptocurrency. But before I go deep cryptocurrency, I want first you go down to the channel and hit subscribe. Guys, I want subscribers because I'm giving you a clear content and the best one. So I decided that today I have to tell you really what I want. Just subscribe. And today I'm coming up with the updates that some of the international banks have already decided to do what? They have already decided to integrate pinetwork as their official transaction. And this news is very important because now I know it's going to favor you in one way. COVID. Now let me first try to tell you this. Let's take an example for what is happening around the world. Normally, let me start from the recession that happened in 2008 that caused Satoshi Nakamoto to write down and invent Bitcoin. And Bitcoin was invented in that way, and people appreciated it because its aim of developing it was like one user to another user. We call it like it was like peer-to-peer without a third party, which means that the government could not intervene in the transaction, either government or a bank. Let me give you an example. For example, if I want to pay you some money, maybe I want to use like one bank in the US. Let me give you an example of Citibank. If I myself, if I pay you, there is a third party. What we call a third party is a bank. A bank is the third party that is helping us to make transaction. Nowadays, in the revolution of digital currency and cryptocurrency, the third party is being removed. Let me give you an example. Everything is now removed. Let me tell you. Normally, if I pay you in crypto, it's me and you. There's nobody else is going to know what is happening between me and you, unless when we reveal the secret of what you have done. Look at what is happening around the world, and this is very serious thing that we have to focus on. Now, some of the legitimate bank, the one that we used to worship, that helped us to carry out a transaction around the world, they have already integrated themselves in Pi network. Yesterday, on 8th, I was reviewing the repository of Pi network at GitHub. Those who are programmers, they know the role of GitHub. Let me start with the role of GitHub. GitHub helps two programmers who are working on the project and they are in different places. They can store their data on GitHub so that whenever they are working on the project, the data is going to be there and is not going to be, whoever comes is going to add on. And this is the same way Pi Network is carrying out its own activity so that it can share the information while programming with his powerful and popular programmer called Kohasasi and Professor Nicholas. By the way, I would like to remind you about this Nicholas. He was a student, but in 2008, he was among the students that got the papers of Satoshi Nakamoto, and they ended up creating Bitcoin. I think you can now connect the dot. This one was a student, and we have now him here as a professor. Now look at what is happening now. Some of the banks, yesterday I was checking the repository. I'm giving you an example of Citibank, EcoBank. Citibank is for China Bank. This GT Bank, this Bank of Africa. I saw their repository. They are inserting their API key in the way of what we call that Pi Nexus Autonomous Banking System, which will allow pioneers to withdraw their coins through the local banks, through their banks that they have been using. Think of how that thing would be too powerful when people would be withdrawing their money through their banks. And by the way, I want to introduce and tell people who have been using cryptocurrency what is really going to happen this generation. We used to know that cryptocurrency is only there to help people to do transaction without intervention of the government or any other bank, which is totally different to digital currency. Digital currencies are owned by the banks, and they are owned by, they are owned by the countries. But Pi network is not owned by any government. It is not owned by anybody, but it is a decentralized coin. It is a decentralized digital currency. Now, over 100 million are now mining Pi coin. 60 million have already KYC'd, have already done KYC. Now, if you check on that, it shows that Pi coin is a strong and powerful coin in this crypto and digital industry, comparing to Bitcoin, where there is no even 20,000 people who are mining it, but still is performing, as we are talking now, it's 101,000 USD. Think of how this powerful ecosystem is going to happen. Let me tell you, Pi coin will be launched as a stable coin at 314,159 USD. Some people told me, no, that is possible, that every currency starts at the low and booms. No, Pi coin will not have a fluctuation like other cryptocurrencies. No, because other cryptocurrencies, its fluctuation depends on the exchange, depends on the money, depends on how people will choose to exchange the money from one coin to another. And some people with big money, with too much money, they are able to manipulate the market because they can put too much money or they put less money, and that affects totally the market. But look at what Pi network is doing. What will determine the fluctuation of Pi network, of Bitcoin? It's all about market. It's all about the service and goods. Let me explain it. I will be selling my product in Picoin. You will be selling your product in Picoin. Then the market, if you leave the market, I will continue to sell. Whether you leave, only the price of Pi will be determined by the business and individuals who are selling things and buying them. Which means its performance will not depend only on the exchange of coins, but also goods are backing it. As we are talking now, some companies, strong ones, have already decided. As I told you yesterday, I was checking the repository. Look at what I saw. I saw something that's very interesting. Let me give you an example. There is a company in Vietnam that produces the EV car. EV car, there are these cars that are, there are these types of cars that use they are electrical cars. In the official announcement, they announced that as long as Pi will reach to its open mainnet, and the price will be determined, and people will be ready to buy every car, every type of car in that industry at Pi coin. Now look at what is happening. The company is called Vini First. You can check on your Google and you see, if now you have your Pi, if you really know you have been mining, you have been doing what on Pi, you are secured, 100% secured. Let me tell you, for us, we are, as I am talking now, we are in Rwanda. Now, if we are in Rwanda, every pioneer have already kept. This is not only the case of Rwanda because it's worldwide. Every country is trying to integrate as I told you, I talked about P-Nexus autonomous banking system. This is a way that P-Network is trying to reach every bank so that it can integrate its way of transaction so that they will be able, pioneers will be able to withdraw and use the money. You're saying maybe these things are not secure. It might be a question. Crypto is not allowed of any government. Only 2 countries that have accepted. One country that is accepting Bitcoin is Salvador. Another country is Central Africa. But there is no any other government that has already promised to use cryptocurrency in this state. But let me tell you something. There is a country that is planning to become a capital of cryptocurrency. That's US. Yesterday, Donald Trump talked about something very important in the conference that happened in Nashville, where he said that America is going to become a capital of cryptocurrency. Of course, America has to be in this because of the dollarization. The dollarization has started, and we all know that the dollarization is going to dollarize the dollar. BRICS is planning to invent a currency fighting against the dollar. But in the crypto industry and digital industry, everything is converted in USDT, which means if US takes this currency, everything is going to be fine. Now, I would rather recommend you. I'm going to recommend you this. If you really know, you don't have any Pi network. I told you the Citibank America, World Bank, IMF has already approved the project. I'm encouraging you, please run and rush. Write me in the comment in the section, then I share you the link. By the way, the days are rushing. We are preparing the open mainnet 31st December 2024, as it was announced in January 2023 that Pi network will be launched in the end of December. I'm encouraging you, please, what I want to request you, if you are really a pioneer, please subscribe to my channel. I really request you, as a pioneer, subscribe to my channel. I will make sure that I provide a genuine information, and before announcing them, I will first verify the information. I am not lying, I'm promising you about that. Please like, share, and comment and give me a comment in the description. This is very important. I'm not talking only about Pi. This is all about crypto industry and digital currency. Different countries are providing, like, now currently this country in East Africa called Rwanda has already hired a company in Germany, and they are dealing how they can create a digital currency. Think about that. Don't get lost in this industry. Mind your part if you really need. And by the way, I'm going to say this. People are approaching people via Facebook or any other way, social media, telling them that they are buying Pi coins at a certain amount. They ask you screenshots, you give them. They ask you to do things etc. Then they remote your telephone. If you put any passphrase, they'll be writing down. After some time, your account is taken. I want to, if you are in India, or maybe if you are in US, Africa, Asia, Russia, and other, Israel, my best country, Rwanda, my best country, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be providing information daily to day. By the way, I want to congratulate, I don't know if I can congratulate these people from Slia, but what the research I have made is that some people are free. I don't know much about the war. I'm just an economic analyst. I'm not supporting any fighter anymore. So, dear friends, if you know you can listen English, please support me, subscribe, share, and don't forget to reach me in the comment. I want to see a pioneer. If you're a pioneer and you think the price will be GCV price, please to my channel, subscribe to my channel. We shall be in touch. God bless you a lot.